Goofs, gaffs, gamers, we're here for pod 49. The Overkill Podcast, baby. We are here. And we're ready to
Yes,
clear.
and we are, yeah. I'm your boy, Kirby DK, Pen. And we got Meta Knight DK, baby. So, hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, of course. Me, me and Meta had a great one. I finally got to get Kingdom Hearts on PC. I know we talked about how they finally ported him over to PC, so I've been playing that recently. It's been a fun time. Finally got off the tutorial island. That game has a long tutorial, but I guess it makes sense because it's made for children. So,
Bays.
well, I guess we can get into my first story that I got. Call of Duty Black Ops 6. One of its most iconic modes that's been in Call of Duty forever at this point is free for all, and people have noticed that after the Season 1 Reloaded update, the mode it's not counting to 30 and then ending the match. You actually can get as many elims as possible, and it still will not count as like a win if you get to 30. And since it's free for all, your elims have to be your kills, right? A teammate can't be assists because there's no teammates. So this one guy got to 33 kills and the match ended, and he still lost, even though he had the highest score. So, yeah, the game is not working correctly.
Bro.
So, yeah, I mean,
Are
another...
we surprised?
No, we're not. It's so sad. Call of Duty, this year has been extra broken. I feel like Treyarch always has the most like weird little side issues and stuff, and especially since it's the first time they made a game on this like new engine. It's just I think it's been hard for them to like learn something new. But
Yeah, I think they have struggled to I think they've just struggled, like, in general recently with trying to make COD more interesting, and with trying to balance all these new features and stuff that they just try to implement to just not work that well. I mean, there's just so much content they keep implementing. I don't know how you can't expect it to break.
yeah. Well,
Am I crazy for that? All right.
no. I think the problem is they always have like the three modes, and I feel like splitting the whole team into like those three modes. I think it's always rough because one of them usually suffers. I don't think there's been a year where it's always been great, but yeah. Anyway, we can move on if you want.
I mean, I don't know. We've been playing so much Overwatch. I guess it doesn't even really matter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, this is something really cool. Now, I missed this video, but it's very much something that I'm interested in. There's a YouTuber that goes by Skawo, Skawo, and there is a There is a version of the game Majora's Mask where you are running it on the N64, but what he did is he took the Famicom Disk system microphone, and it has like an adapter to hook up to the N64, and this has to be done in the Japanese version of the game. But what it is he learned that in Majora's Mask, there are voice commands. And it seems to be a scrapped feature that they were considering adding in to the N64 version. So a few of them that I think are really cool is you can say cheese and take pictures of things. Like if you pull the camera out and say cheese, things will pose for photos. You can go and ask the cows for milk, which is like a healing potion. And then you can wake up the little sleeping decos by saying wake up. You can say hiya to the horse to make it gallop. And all of this you have to say in Japanese. Sit, you can tell the horse to sit and it will stop. And you can go up to the big gossip stone and ask it how many hours remain. And it tells you the time until the moon comes and crashes down into the planet. So, just some weird random thing found, 30 years later, almost, at this point.
Yeah. That's insane. I to be fair though, I didn't even know the N64 had this microphone accessory. So
yeah,
you would have to have it and also plug it in while playing it.
Yeah, and I can't imagine a lot of people owning things like this. Because, I mean, maybe. I always felt like back in the day, accessories like this were seen as kind of stupid. And I think they are stupid. They ended up being stupid, like no one cares about them anymore. But I think, it would have been a cool idea, I guess. I understand why it was scrapped, though. It really doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
like the
it
milk
kind of reminds me of kind of the
Amiibos.
No, there's that Wii microphone that we had.
Oh yeah,
and it never got right what you were saying. It was like a really bad quality mic, and I'm assuming this is probably the same, where it's probably even worse. But
it probably is yeah, it's probably worse than the Xbox 360 mic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the release date was in 2000, so yeah, 24 years later. Well, yeah, and I don't understand the purpose. What is the purpose of the cows giving you milk? It just gives you 5 hearts if you drink it. I guess that's good. It's just I don't know why that exists, but okay.
Yeah.
My guy's playing it on a Sharp monitor as well, which is diabolical. I love that.
Interesting.
The Sharp monitor goes hard. Yeah. I just thought that was cool.
Base.
I have a bunch of random stories today, gamers.
Yeah.
I got some move on.
Me too, kind of. I have, we've been kind of getting into, I guess back into Overwatch. I also have been watching a lot of Smash Brothers content, and people are really into this idea of cutting the roster in half and sort of, getting rid of, or keeping some characters and getting rid of the others, because in I believe it was either 2020 or 2019, Sakurai said that there's never going to be another Smash Ultimate game in a long time, and so people have kind of taken that to mean there's not going to be as many characters in the next one. I mean, it's possible they could bring back everyone, but I doubt they can bring back every third-party character, especially within the Fighters Pass. But
yeah,
I don't know how people feel about this, but one of my opinions is I think they should get rid of every Fire Emblem character besides Byleth or whatever the new character is. And if
They
there was
really
a new
should just keep the super unique ones.
based. So you think they should keep Marth?
I'm okay with Marth, and then you probably get rid of Roy and keep the other one. You probably keep Lucina or something, and then you probably keep Byleth. Like I think you cut it down to half because there's 7 or 8, right?
Yeah, I think there's 9.
There's 9. Yeah, so I think you cut it down to like 4. And then you chill out with adding them. Maybe you add one more in your DLC, but that's it.
No, yeah, there's 8 of them. Never mind. Yeah, I think for me, I would cut, or I would keep Marth, and I would keep Roy.
Oh, that's
and
what
then
I'm thinking of, Marth.
I would get rid of Robin, Corrin, and Ike. I think that's fair enough. I think there's sort of Joker, I feel like, takes over the place of where Robin is. Like, in terms of his moveset. It's very... He has kind of a projectile, and he also technically has a sword, I guess. Or he has, like, a dagger more. But I feel like that's fair if they got rid of those.
Yeah.
Let me think. I don't know. What other characters would you cut?
Oh man,
What's your
I need a
hottest
full
take?
roster to look at. I wasn't ready. Man, here we go. Here's someone that posted an image online about everybody. I would probably. Oh man. I don't know why they have Ken and Ryu. I'd probably cut both of them because I don't think they're that good. I keep one if you want. This is a hot one, but I think I don't know why Dark Samus exists. I don't know why Lucas exists. I don't know why Dr. Mario exists. I think you can probably cut all the versions of Link except for the Breath of the Wild version. And you can probably cut characters like Dark Pit. And, the dark versions of characters are so strange to me.
Right, so
I don't know why they're there.
Right, in my opinion, what I would do is I would get rid of all the Echo Fighters. Either make them costumes or just get rid of them completely.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, Daisy doesn't need to be there. Or, just have them be... Just literally have them be a costume swap. Like, it doesn't matter.
I think my hottest take is I would get rid of Ridley and instead make a... bring back that stage... Or I don't know if they have the stage in Ultimate, but bring back, the Brawl stage that has Ridley on it. But
yeah, I don't know why Ridley's in the game. I'm gonna keep it 100.
So you say keep get rid of Ryu and Ken, but would you keep Kazuya?
No.
No? Okay.
Don't need to
I was
be
gonna
there.
say I think they would get rid of if anyone, they would get rid of Kazuya, and they would probably get rid of Ken. They would keep Ryu.
I agree. They'd probably keep Ken.
And either make him a costume, or for Ryu, make Akuma the costume.
Who is the red guy? Who's that other fighter there?
Oh, no. Terry?
Terry, yeah. They'd probably get rid of him, too. Now...
My guy doesn't like the fighting game characters.
No, I think you can cut out a ton of characters from this game. Like Sonic, Steve. Sonic, no one likes watching Sonic.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
Steve is probably going to be a pain to get back in the game. And, I don't know. There's just so many. There's so much bloat in this version of the game. There is way too many characters. I think there are some cool additions. Like I think King K. Rool is a unique addition. Although he could probably get the Ridley treatment where he gets iced and instead there's a stage where he's in. And honestly, this is a hot one. I think you axe Isabel and do the same thing. Give her a stage where she's in and just keep Villager.
Right. I agree with that actually.
Same thing with a lot of these Pokemon characters. Incineroar, I know people like Greninja, but honestly, I think you axe one of them. I think you get rid of Pichu.
You get rid of Lucario. Because, like, Mewtwo, I feel like fills that same... they're very similar, like, movesets to each other.
And I think you do the same thing where, like, you add a Pokemon stage, and guess what? All the Pokemon can be on that stage that you've cut.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a lot of characters that are just here to be here that either are very similar. Like it got to a point where so many characters were added to this game that none of them are all that different. A lot of them are just the same character with like one or two different moves, and then they have the same aerials, and that's it.
I think what I would do, I think my biggest change would be,
I think the trainer can go too.
I would get rid of Jigglypuff, even though she's part of like the original 12 from the original Smash game.
Yes.
Get rid of her, put her on like a stage. And then I would take Ganondorf's old moveset, add in Black Shadow as like another F-Zero character, because he's from F-Zero. Take Ganondorf's moveset that he has now, put that on him, and then make Ganondorf like a better representation of what the actual source material is.
Right, instead of just reskinned. Then
axe Young Link and Toon Link, because they're redundant. We already have Link.
Can we finally too? I know Nintendo will never do this. Can we finally ice the Wii Fit trainer and all the me guys? Do we need 3 me characters in the Wii Fit trainer? No one likes them. They're memes. I've never seen anyone.
Many people play them.
I've never seen anyone ever say, "I'm a Wii Fit trainer main." Yeah, cool. And you have horrible taste. So,
yeah, I mean the me fighters are just there for costumes and stuff.
This is a hot one.
I could see them keeping in like me brawler or something, and like getting rid of the other two, and just having like one me character.
Maybe we should do a whole tier list episode where we discuss what should be cut and what should be kept. I don't know if we want to do separate tier lists or something, but that'd be a really cool episode to maybe like record and then ice and use it on a week where we're not going to be here. So that might be a good idea, because there's a ton of discussion here, and I don't remember who's the boxer again. I don't even remember.
Oh, Little Mac.
Little Mac. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, he hasn't had a game in like since the Wii, so I think we should get rid of him. But
do we need Ice Climber? Like, they're unique, but I'm just saying. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we do like an episode where we go through.
I would love to
go through every character and see if they should get cut or not. But yeah.
Yeah. So that might be an episode. I would like to ice that episode and keep it for whenever we do a vacation. So that'd be cool. Anyways, what are we on here? Oh yeah. Essentially, this is just a really random fucking story, and I have known about this too, but I forgot. So for those of you that don't know, in Windows 10, whenever it's first installed, you probably remember this. There's a screensaver of essentially a window. It's the Windows logo, but it's like if it was a real window, and it has light coming in. And what's really crazy is there's a video on YouTube posted by the channel. It's on comma space Microsoft, and it's Windows 10 GMUNKODESZA, and it's the guy that made it. And you looking at the screensaver, you would think it'll be in the thumbnail, I'm certain. Looking at this screensaver, you would think it's CGI or it's AI or something else. But in this video, he shows you that it's actually a real constructed photo. So it's like, it's definitely in a studio or something, but it's perfectly cut to look like a window. And then he has light running behind it with like color effects. And what's really crazy is he does all kinds of cool stuff with like glass and like smoke and air, and it's a real photo, and that really surprises me given how everything is like AI generated.
Well, that's why. So there's no editing here at all?
There's no editing to that. Well, I mean, obviously the video's edited to make it all look nice together.
Right.
But yeah, there is no editing. That's all done with like glass and mirrors and stuff.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, that is interesting. That's really cool. Wow, that's a random story, bro.
I told you it was real random, but it really shook me up. I was like, oh wow, I forgot that was real.
Base.
It's super cool once you see that it's real, I think, and it's not just like generated. Oh, I'm used to the whole internet being AI slop at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of it's in a lot of ways it's really sad to see that the internet has now been filled with like there's like so many YouTube shorts that I get that are just like complete AI, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and you can tell they're AI because they have like a million views, or they say something weird, like some of the audio glitches where they like forget a word, or like, you know, if it's like going to the store, it says going store. You're like, what? A lot of those AI farms are based in India and stuff too, so that could also explain the bad grammar mistakes whenever they translate them over to English and then they put it into AI. Just a little something.
Yeah. And I know this story's been going around the internet. It's been the Honey, the browser extension is a scam. I mean, I've thought this has been kind of the case for a while. Like, there's just no reason that like a free extension is gonna not be some sort of shady thing, because nothing's free. So this guy Megalab made a whole video. I've watched it, and
I've also watched
basically he goes through, and one of the ways they do this is Honey prioritizes coupons from its partnering stores, but there, if you look for discounts, there's actually better discounts on, you know, that you can find out there. So it doesn't really search the internet. What it does is the
son.
The store. What?
I said that's tough.
Oh, yeah. The store can like choose which discounts Honey will show, especially if the store is like run by PayPal, because they're made by they're like owned by PayPal. And so like if you ever see like the Honey 10 or the Honey 5, that is one of their discounts that the store has like given them to use specifically. And yeah, so they'll actually hide the discounts that are better for you. And then also Megalab also, he claimed that Honey overrides affiliate links from influencers, replacing them with its own to claim commission on the sales. So even the influencers are getting screwed over by this company. And I don't know. Are we really surprised at this point that free stuff isn't free? So.
Now, and I don't want to talk past you because I think everything you said is true. I don't think there's a lot more to say to any of that because you've described it perfectly. Back in the day, there's always the saying that if there is no product, you are the product. And this is the perfect case. And what's really funny is years later, people have recirculated this video of Markiplier from like 10 years ago saying how he doesn't trust honey and that you're probably the product. And it's really funny because I remember back then watching that Markiplier video and thinking the same thing. Now, I have used honey before because I thought I would try it out. And it does all of the things that this guy says. You just wouldn't notice it. A lot of the Honey 10 and Honey 5 coupons that I've gotten, I'm like, that's suspicious, and I went and Googled more coupons and found better ones. So I kind of always had a feeling that there was something deeper going on here. I think the biggest part of this story, well, one, I don't know if they sell your data. They might still sell your data, your like shopping data. They probably do. But I think the biggest part of this story, besides taking affiliate links, is that they actually partner with businesses. And then the businesses can set which coupons you get and which ones you don't. So in a way, it's actually beneficial for, we can take a Target. So Target says, okay, honey, I want to give you this Honey 5 coupon for them to get 5% off. Now, there are better coupons that exist that give you, let's say, 15% off. But Honey isn't going to use that coupon because Target can tell Honey, I only want you to give them the 5%. Because why would I give them 15%? So what it does is it allows them to streamline it, and the consumer believes they're getting the best deal. But the business basically controls the sale to a point where they're like, no, you only get 5%. And even if you find... you have to go dig for the 15% if you want it. Which, I mean, it makes sense that, they would screw you like that. I just think it's disgusting that Honey goes around telling you it's the best deal whenever it's clearly not. And then the businesses like it because they get to screw you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you always lose as the consumer in free models like this. It's the same with gaming. That's why free-to-play games have such shitty practices. Yeah, it's not shocking to me.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. After watching his video, I saw the Markiplier video and I watched it. I was like, dude, my guy got it perfect.
Yeah, I remember watching that video. I think it's really funny, too, because I used to be a big fan of all these extensions on my browser, and I basically killed all of them except for the official Adobe extension, because a lot of these extensions track your sites that you visit, they track what you buy, they track what ads you look at, they track, they almost track everything you do, and they sell it for consumer data. And so that's why I don't use any extensions anymore except for the PDF one because it's too darn convenient whenever you're always opening up studies and stuff like I do.
Yeah, that's it for that one.
I guess that's it. That gets me really passionate because I think it's so stupid that it's always the consumer that loses. It's never the company or the extension maker. It's disgusting. Anyways, another random story, and this is really funny, but there's this company called Victrix, Victirx, on Amazon, another company that I dislike a lot, but they have a Call of Duty themed controller, and it's really cool because it's for PlayStation 5, and you can swap these plates around to face different directions. So you can flip the left plate of this controller. There are two plates that are diagonal. One side of the plate has the stick and the other side has the button or the D-pad. And what's really cool is this controller is shaped like a Xbox controller. It's kind of shaped like a bastardized version of the two. but you can flip these around so you can have it to where it works like a PlayStation controller, where like the stick is on the top left and the D-pad's on the bottom left, and then the stick is on the bottom right, and the square, the buttons are on the top right. But not only that, you can flip that around and make it an Xbox controller where both sticks are on the bottom. And then not only that, they have separate little boxes that you can put in. So you can have a box where you completely replace one side with buttons. And so you can turn it into like a pure fighting controller where it has 6 buttons on one side and then just one stick and one D-pad, which I think is so fucking cool. Not only that, you can swap out the sticks. You can have one stick be longer than the other stick. They have like adapters for the D-pad. It's just, I don't know, it's such a cool idea. This is another one of those random stories I pulled out of my ass, but I really like this controller.
Yeah, it's interesting too because that the one where you like flip them out, or you get out one of the sticks and you put in the 3 buttons. It reminds me of the Sega Genesis controller where it had 6 buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's kind of interesting. I think one also, if you want, it looks like you can change the D-pad on the one side of it. Yeah, no, I mean, this is really cool. Also, it's the PS5 Pro controller. So it does, or I believe that's what it's based off of. So it does have the buttons on the back. So
it does. It looks like a nice controller. I guess my one concern with it would be just like the break point of those inserts. I mean, I don't know. I've used like the Razer Naga before, which has the same system with like the push pins. I'm talking about the electrical connectors, the electrical like push pin connectors that connect into the base, which have the pushable base connectors, and it's a tank. So I mean, it might not be a breaking point, and I don't know if you can buy just the inserts. I haven't looked. Now they do have Xbox controllers, but I don't know if any of them swap like that. It appears it's just this PlayStation version that they have. But I think it's... Oh no, they do have an Xbox version. They do have an Xbox version. Look at that. Yeah, it's swappable and everything. Yeah. The Xbox version's even cheaper. Although it looks like the patent is still based off of the PlayStation 5. I'll post it in the doc real quick, but
yeah, it looks like, and also this one that you posted was like themed after Call of Duty. They also have one themed after Tekken 8, which it has like more red and blue.
I think it's a really cool controller. I mean, you might just be better off just buying like an Xbox Pro or whatever, but I don't know. It's just, there's just something so cool about being able to swap out the pads. I'm looking for more. I'm looking for like different inserts, but I think it just comes with. I think it just comes with those. It is really Ren. Yeah. Oh, they have a Shadow the Hedgehog controller. Now we're talking, dude.
Based.
With little figurines in the handles. That's cool. Yeah, see, this company's kind of sick.
Edgy the Hedgy controller.
Edgy the Hedgy. Edgy the Hedgy. The Slop controller.
I think that's been about it.
I think you're better off just getting a Pro. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, that's it. We've been playing a lot of Overwatch. Maybe we'll talk about Overwatch at
maybe next time.
Yeah.
All right, well, hope you boys enjoyed.
Next time.
It's been your boy,
The Xbox
Cribbity K10. Peace.
Peace. And butt grease. Meta.
Bro.